It was the late 1930s, and Europe stood on the brink of catastrophe. Adolf Hitler's expansionist ambitions were becoming a terrifying reality. As Nazi influence spread, thousands of Jewish families in Czechoslovakia faced an uncertain future. The 1938 Munich Agreement had already ceded the Sudetenland to Nazi Germany, leaving thousands of Jewish and political refugees stranded in makeshift camps, desperate for a way out. In Prague, the situation was dire. The city, once a thriving hub of culture and intellectualism, had become a place of fear and uncertainty. Parents were willing to make the unimaginable choice of sending their children away to an unknown future if it meant saving them from what was coming. But visas were nearly impossible to obtain, and neighboring countries were tightening their borders. Governments across Europe, including Britain, were reluctant to accept large numbers of refugees, fearing economic strain and political backlash. But amidst the chaos, one man saw an opportunity to act. His name was Nicholas Winton, a 29-year-old British stockbroker with no experience in humanitarian work, no government backing, and no official authority. But what he did have was courage. Let's delve into the selfless action of Nicholas Winton. If you like stories like this, don't forget to share and subscribe. Before his humanitarian efforts, Winton had built a successful career in finance. Born to a German Jewish family in London, he had a sharp mind for numbers and an even sharper instinct for financial markets. He trained as a stockbroker in the bustling world of London's financial district, quickly earning a reputation for his keen analytical skills and risk-taking strategies. His career had already taken him across Europe, where he worked in investment banking in both Paris and Berlin. These experiences not only broadened his perspective, but also gave him valuable connections that would later prove critical in navigating international bureaucracy and securing resources for his mission. Despite his success in finance, Winton was not content with personal wealth. When he saw the suffering in Prague, he didn't hesitate to divert his own funds to kickstart the rescue effort. He used his savings to cover administrative costs, sponsor children who lacked financial backing, and arrange logistics for the evacuations. His financial acumen helped him negotiate deals, manage expenses, and navigate the costly process of securing transport, paperwork, and British host families. With nothing but determination and his own financial resources, he rescued 669 children from almost certain death. But for nearly 50 years, his heroism remained a secret, even from the children he had saved. December 1938. With Christmas approaching, Nicholas Winton was planning a ski trip to Switzerland, but a last-minute phone call changed his plans and his life forever. His friend, Martin Blake, was working with refugees in Czechoslovakia. He begged Winton to come to Prague and see the desperate situation for himself. When Winton arrived, he was horrified. Thousands of Jewish families, many who had fled the German-occupied Sudetenland, were trapped. With war looming, visas were impossible to obtain. Parents begged for a way to save their children. The British government had agreed to accept refugee children, but only if they had a host family and a £50 sponsorship per child. Time was running out. Winton knew he had to act, and he would not wait for official help. From a small hotel room, Winton and a handful of volunteers set up an underground rescue operation. They worked day and night, recording names and taking photographs of children in desperate need of asylum. Back in London, Winton lobbied the British government for permission to bring the children over. He placed ads in newspapers pleading for British families to take in refugee children. Some officials were sympathetic, but bureaucracy moved slowly. The Nazis, however, did not. By March 15, 1939, Hitler's troops had invaded all of Czechoslovakia. The race to save these children had become even more urgent. Between March and August 1939, Winton arranged for 8 trainloads of children to leave Nazi-occupied Prague for the safety of Britain. Many of these children never saw their parents again. Most of their families perished in concentration camps. On September 1, 1939, a final transport was set to leave Prague with 250 more children. But that morning, Germany invaded Poland, and Britain declared war. The borders closed. The children never made it out. For nearly 50 years, Nicholas Winton told no one, not even his wife, about the children he had saved. His actions remained unknown until 1988, when his wife, Grete, found an old scrapbook in their attic. The story was brought to public attention on a BBC television program. In an unforgettable moment, Winton was invited to a taping without knowing why. Surrounded by the very people he had saved, Winton sat in stunned silence, finally recognized for his heroism. In the years that followed, Winton received numerous honors, including a knighthood from Queen Elizabeth II and a nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize. Despite the recognition, Winton remained humble. He insisted he was not a hero, just someone who refused to stand by and do nothing. On July 1, 2015, Nicholas Winton passed away at the age of 106. His legacy lives on, not only in history books, but in the lives of the children he saved and their descendants, now numbering in the thousands. If this story inspired you, share it with others. And remember, history is shaped by those who choose to act. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more inspiring historical stories, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Who should we cover next? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching.